hurt, but quitting wasn't an option. Coach Ott taught us to believe that we were stronger than our pain, that the mind would give up long before the body, and that we had the power to decide how far we could go, not just in running, but in life. Whew. Sorry. She was always pushing us mentally, physically, emotionally to make us stronger and better, but she never forgot to let us have fun along the way. She created a healthy, motivating environment where we could laugh, grow, and reach our goals all at once. And with that mindset, that grit, and with her never letting up on us, we ended our journey as state champions, the first ever girls cross-country state title in Baylor history. But we didn't get there because it was easy or because others believed we would. People underestimated us, not just us as runners, but us as girls. But Heather never did. She saw our potential from the beginning. She made it her mission to prove that we as female athletes were strong, capable, and worthy of making history. She believed we had it in us to be state champions, and because she believed, we started to believe it too. To say that she shaped me as an athlete would be true, but it wouldn't be the whole story. Heather shaped me as a person, showing me how to be tough and tender at the same time. And that connection didn't end at the finish line. It didn't end with graduation or even years down the road. Heather has continued to be in my life as a forever friend. Her and Lee's daughter Logan was even a flower girl in our wedding, which was a beautiful full circle reminder that what we built together wasn't just about races, but something much bigger. Heather, thank you. Thank you for believing in a group of girls with a dream and turning us into champions. Thank you for the life lessons between laps. Thank you for being a safe place, a role model, and a lifelong friend. Retirement means stepping away from the routine, but it doesn't mean stepping away from the impact. Your legacy isn't bound to a classroom or a course. It's in us. It's in the mindset we carry, the strength we embody, and the love we give to those who follow. Congratulations.
I have on my phone titled Miss Ott, and even though she told us a long time ago we could call her Heather, it still always seems like it should be Miss Ott. When we started at Baylor, as Ann said, there were just 22 of us, and Miss Ott was our role model. They brought Heather in with the rest of us girls, and she was about as young as we were at the time. So she was a mentor just by being there, just by her presence, but she lived up to being the mentor. She was a theoretical example and an actual example. I'm a swimmer, not a runner. My dad made me run cross country to cross train. I was miserable doing it, but luckily I got to experience Heather through that. And I guess as an athlete, I was used to competing against girls and knowing that we could still be friends. That wasn't an issue. But what Heather taught me was that really everything's not a competition, and that girls and women can support each other on and off the playing field, so to speak. She was always a supporter of women, and it was a great example. And so she led me by example, even after I stopped running. Just like Ann, she stayed a important part of my life. So I think one thing that speaks to that is, this is a photocopy of what she sent me. It was this typed up poem on this side, a handwritten note on this side, and a picture. And it's dated May 28th, no year, but it had to have been, I graduated in 92, so it's before that. This hung in my bathroom mirror for years, and it's made its way to my scrapbook. And what she wrote is, Laurie, this poem here is one that a friend of mine wrote for me after seeing a photo from the 1991 Cross Country Invitational in Atlanta. You aren't technically in this picture, but the poem speaks to feelings that you and I have shared, and I hope that we will continue to share for a long while. Love, Heather /Miss Ott. And I want to read you the poem. I think it's fitting for today. It says, picturing possibilities, generations of sisters. Your arms flung around a bright Tennessee day. You pull tight, close as you can. The girls who will run fast into the future with your vision in their hearts. Together you have shaped your tomorrow, stretched beyond the certainty of failure, helped each other to endure. Together, the limbs akimbo, learning, laugh, the possibilities your life has promised can be theirs and more. Along the miles, you taught them to value their strength, the strength of sisters, to know themselves a body without limits, and when across the vast tomorrow you let them go, to hold them close, forever sisters, they will carry your dreams. I think that's perfectly appropriate for today, Heather. We love you.
And what a testament this is. People have come from far and wide to honor the impact you've had on all of us. Like Chris said, for 38 years, Heather has taught and coached hundreds of us. She knew how to relate to her athletes. She knew her sport inside and out, and she has a coaching lifetime worth of experiences and accomplishments. She's brilliant. She's meticulous in her planning and her preparation. She valued small daily victories, and I think that's what's made her part of what's made her just this iconic coach and influence. Running hard is not easy, as we all know, but she always made us feel and know that we were made for something more. Keep the faith was written all over these little notes that she gave to me as her assistant coach. Keep the faith. Heather carried herself confidently always. You know, that power pose. And though she be small but mighty, she did. Carried herself confidently, and she wanted us to do that. I think optimism is one of her superpowers. I think in coaching there's an art to maintaining and instilling optimism, and she mastered it. She's one of the truest trailblazers in Baylor School coaching history, never afraid to change and grow with the times. She coached all athletes. Yes, 5-star runners whose strength, speed, and economy was a sight to behold. But I can't tell you countless races top 7 would finish, and you turn around and she's bolting across the field to get number 23 a PR. And you know, if you think about maybe 38 years ago, I don't know if that was it. You know, it was, but her what carries today to Baylor too is just to be the best you can be. Another stroke of brilliance, I would say, with Heather, she would just blow you away with her wisdom in the preparation. We would finish some epic practice, and she'd look at me or an assistant coach and say, "What'd you see out there today? What do you think about so-and-so?" Her seniors, when one season ended, she'd already prepped them for the next and brought them along, and they would pick the quotes that Lori, they just showed us. And it gave us stake in her unbelievable program. Some of those t-shirts, they showed one, but I want, you know, true English one year was, "Bid me run and I will strive with things impossible. God has given me the ability, the rest is up to me. Believe, believe, believe." The complete effort. The pain of discipline is nothing like the pain of regret. To give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. Prefontaine, she did that one a lot. If not now, when? If not me, who? If I'm shining, everybody's gonna shine. And then finally, the sisterhood. I'm in it, she's in it, we're in it. And anyways, lastly, two other things. I couldn't mention Heather without mentioning Bill McMahon. And it was a dynamite duo. Did they believe a lot of the same things? Heck no. But they were the definition of coaching, iron sharpens iron, and friendship. And I was lucky to be along for the ride. I think I was stipend to keep Bill politically correct, but that, you know, win some, lose some. And then finally, Lee and Logan and Parker and Matthew, y'all were just the joys of her life, and you shared her with us, and she is so proud of you. And without you, none of this is possible, I don't think, from how she feels and talks about you all. So thank you to you all.
I'd like to keep it succinct. I would bring out my inner English abilities and write you a poem. Back in August of 1991, I came to Baylor and decided to run. State champ sweatshirts were worn by Hahn and Rose, and I right then declared, I want one of those. So I began to train under Coach Ford and Coach Ott. We ran in the rain, and we ran when it was hot. handicap runs, and making team meals. At BXC camp, our team spirit was sealed. Fartlek runs, base runs, and infirmary hills. If you run BXC, these are all normal drills. And running together in goose formation was nothing compared to our BXC nation. You see, Coach Ott made sure we all shared one goal, to be our best individually and together as a whole. Whether we succeeded or failed, Coach Ott always noted, to each other and to Baylor, we must be devoted. Commitment is something she does not lack. She was in labor with Logan while coaching me at the track. While having contractions, she called splits for the mile, then went straight to the hospital to have her first child. In 1995, I got my prize. And guess what? Even today, it's still my size. I wear it with pride, with our names on the back. Coach Ott added 5 more state championship wins after that. Coach Ott is a woman that gives her all, on the course, on the track, and within classroom walls. And I bet all BXC alums would say without strife, Coach Ott isn't just a coach, but a friend for life. You see, I've gone back to Coach Ott for advice over the years, in my role as a daughter, a wife, and mother of my 3 little dears. Amy, we're adults. Use my first name. Heather, I don't think so. It's just not the same. A true full circle moment came in the year 2020 when my daughter decided she wanted to run cross country. Summer camp, Infirmary Hill, and Fartlek runs, Coach Ott had her doing the same things I had once done. Coach Ott knows how to push us and make us believe we can do hard things and we can achieve anything we girls set our hearts to do. And she is right there cheering us all the way through. To Logan, Parker, Matthew, and Lee, thank you for sharing your wife and mom with me. She has given us her time, which meant her not being with you. I recognize and I'm grateful for your sacrifice too. Coach Ott, you have helped mold many strong girls and prepared us to dream big and do good in this world, to be driven, loyal, and kind to humanity. It began with a lesson to choose the B over me. You're a very tough coach, balanced with compassion, teaching us how to take our passion and make it happen. Some may try, but can never take your spot as our BXC leader, our fast, fearless female, our beloved and dear Coach Ott. We love you.
I'm often asked what makes Baylor so special, and we are hearing it today. This beautiful sacred ground that we call Baylor is special because of the adults that impact the lives of our students each and every day. And as you've heard testimony here this afternoon, what a teacher, what a coach does goes way beyond what happens as a student. It impacts you for the rest of your lives. So I could think of no better way than to name this cross-country loop after a teacher who has spent so much time, energy, effort, dedicating her career, 38 years, to Baylor students. And when Heather came to tell me that this would be her last year, one of the things that we really agreed upon is that she's going out on top. Like, very few people have the courage and the willingness to go out while you're on top, because I think she's every bit of an excellent coach now, just as she was back 38 years ago. And it's because of the love and the effort and the dedication that she pours into her students, both in the classroom and through athletics. And so it is my honor to ask that we all now, we're going to move over here to a corner.
L-L-L-O-R! B-A-Y! L-O-R! crisp snap.
It was. I could hear that.
I liked it.
Parker, how's it going?